Going early here. I think we're feeding out to the folks out there. Um, yeah, this is gonna be a rough night for both me and BFP because we're both out of it. I am in like tremendous pain on this side of my body, of my face. I got a headache, everything. So, Patrick, I think you're yeah. So we're gonna somehow do this. You have to drag me through this, BFP.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So let's do this. We're doing it for the people. It's finally Friday. Of course, I've got to remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list there. That's very, very important. You know, man, times are getting tough out there. It's getting tough. It's getting crazy. So I suggest you guys do that. We also have some links going with U.S. Law Shield. So if you guys want to get some protection for if you use your protection, so to speak, you can save some money. And if you do a yearly membership, and a couple of shekels go in our direction. And all of that stuff is on hankstrange.com. All right, let me throw Babyface up in here. Smash the open.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
Don't forget to hit that
Lifestyles
subscribe
of the
button,
locked and
smash the
loaded.
thumbs ups, ring the bell. Babyface, where's the bell? Okay. We are live. Big shout out to Walther Arms for sponsoring the show. Shout out to everyone out there. I hope you guys are doing better than I am.
You'll feel better. Good night's sleep will make you feel better.
Yeah. I am
A
in.
good night's sleep and a weekend off.
Yeah, I'm in lots of pain. I actually, my whole brain. We probably have some really bad weather coming in our direction too.
I think we do. The pressure
Yeah.
I think is changing as well because
Yeah.
it does the same thing.
And I had this thing when I was a kid. I fell off of I was like washing. My dad had a Volkswagen Beetle, so it was kind of curved, and we were washing it. And I was up on the roof, and I slipped off, and fell on my jaw. I have like a hairline fracture. But whenever it's gonna rain and stuff like that, man, it gets really bad for me. So
I get the same thing when it's gonna storm out like really bad. The pressure in my head starts like building.
yeah, yeah.
You're not the only one.
So we're suffering for you guys out there. I hope you all know that. Hope you guys appreciate it. Send your energy in this direction. We need it very, very much. Shout out to everyone out there. Smash all. LV Louis Cypher is in every comment. What's happening there? He's just like I'm just looking at the comments, and okay, I'm just gonna give a shout out to him. I don't know what exactly he's saying here. If anyone else out there wants a shout out, let us know. Oh, I got to do this, Patrick. I forgot. This is episode 817 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, and our special guest is Patrick of Babyface P.
It's Friday night episode, low energy Friday night.
Yeah, man, we're not supposed to really be low energy like this. So.
It's Friday. Everybody know Friday's the end of the week. You just want to go have
Yeah.
a beer and relax and fall asleep on the couch early.
Yeah.
But we can't. We're here for you people. We're all here for you people.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk about whatever you want to. What's been up with you, man? We haven't. I haven't seen. We didn't do Free for All Monday, so.
I did Smash Times podcast last night, and I think I saw a couple of your people your fans over there.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
shout out to them.
Yeah. How was Smash Time?
Good. He's doing good. Trying to get me to go to the event coming up in October in 2 weeks that I don't think I'm going to be going to.
Which one? The
IV88.
Oh, IV88.
Yeah. He's heading there, and he was like, "Are you gonna go?" I'm like, I don't think so. I didn't plan on it. And
Okay.
I hate traveling by myself. It's one of
Yeah.
the main problems. I really hate traveling by myself.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to make it out to that either.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna be on the road doing some stuff. You know, but I saw Eric posted something. Did you see that? Did you see Eric's post today? Yeah. So let me see.
Is there news about it or something?
Eric says he got visited by the FBI.
What? This is on
Yeah.
IV88's Facebook?
Yeah. So if you go to Iraq Veteran 8888 official _official, you guys will see him talking about it. It's very brief. He put a statement up there. He said basically because there's a rally or something happening in D.C. Is that this weekend?
I guess, I don't know.
Something to do with the January 6th thing. I guess it's pro whatever happened January 6th. And my understanding of what he said is that the FBI visited him to see if he was going there.
That's none of your...
it's weird.
It's a Friday. So I'm going to say it's none of your fucking business, cowboy, what I'm doing over this week.
It seems like that... I don't know. That whole thing is a weird thing. Like, we're just letting you know we're watching you and we're...
that might be what it is a flex. It's an FBI flex, like, hey, so you doing this? Well, don't forget that the FBI has been getting caught more and more and more with their pants down. The Governor Whitmer investigation about, remember the kidnapping plot? That was a couple months back.
That was a fiasco where they got some dudes who were touched in the head.
Turns out they're not touched in the head. They were touched in the head by the FBI. Turns out the FBI mostly, when you look at what was happening, it seems to be a clear case of actual entrapment, where the FBI was directing them to do everything and getting guys were like, I'm not really on board with this, and then the FBI informant would be like, no, we need to have everybody show up and we're going to do a training day. You guys should go do that. Like, the FBI was directing them to do all this stuff.
That's crazy.
January 6th. There's more info coming out about that as well. Potential more FBI stuff involved. And then the crazy thing is the people who had been arrested are under arrest for unpeacefully protesting are still in jail.
From January 6th?
Yeah, those people are still in
jail. And all
jail.
those people burning down cities last year.
Nothing. They all got let go.
Yeah,
they got kicked to the curb.
Everybody's out. They've got their accounts up, getting money, driving around balling. Some of them are buying houses in Hollywood.
Yep, totally cool with that. But you can't go protest at the Capitol on January 6th. So.
Yeah.
It's a clown world that we live in.
Yeah. So I don't know the whole story of that. I don't know if Eric recorded all that stuff or if that's...
So I can't find it's on his personal Facebook?
Yeah, no, it's on Instagram. Iraq Veteran.
Oh, on Instagram.
8888_official.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very public Second Amendment advocate, with a very big following. Why are they? What's the point? Oh, we're gonna show up here just to ask you. I don't know. That's some kind of major intimidation going on there, I think, or an attempt at intimidation. Weird.
Yeah, it's none of your business where I'm going this weekend.
Yeah.
It's
so,
never.
And I also don't blame him for letting us know, because
No,
who knows
absolutely.
what'll happen with that. It's weird stuff going on with these guys. Did you also see that the generals came out to admit that they bombed the wrong people and killed like 7 kids and some innocent people over in Afghanistan with that drone strike?
News cycle. It'll be forgotten in the next 48 hours. I'm not worried. Because that's how it goes around here. Don't look at this. Look at somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then Fridays are typically news dump days. When the administration doesn't want people to take note of things, they'll dump it all on a Friday. So who knows what else got released today that we just haven't heard about yet.
Yeah. But if you get a visit from the FBI, call your lawyer. Don't say anything to them.
Nope. I ain't talking to you. Call the lawyer.
Unless they have some kind of subpoenas or whatever, and still, I would talk to a lawyer about that.
Yeah, 100%.
And that just really sounds like some kind of intimidation to me, so we'll see what's going on there. Probably more of that nonsense to come, right?
I don't... Yeah, at this... The world's upside down. I keep thinking, like, how can it get worse? How can it get worse? How can things get worse?
Oh, dude, it can always be worse.
It just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Don't ever ask yourself how it could get worse. It's always... I know.
Worse.
Yeah.
Watching people have to show their papers to go eat dinner in certain states just...
Was that a true story about the family that got kicked out because they didn't have vaccine papers?
Two sides, and obviously you don't know who's true here. The side from the restaurant is that this person was part of a, they said, anti-vax a thing that was going on. They were walking down the street, anti-vax stuff, and I say that very loosely. They showed, I guess they told him that, yes, we're vaxxed. They sat down at the table, and then I guess the owner or somebody came over and said, can we look at your papers? And that's when he started filming and made a stink about everything.
But why would a restaurant be asking whether or not you're vaxxed? That's just not a restaurant's
none of their business.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they are being told to do that. I mean, if I ran a restaurant, I would tell New York, I believe.
New York City?
Yeah, I think so. I want to say it was a pizza place in New York City.
Oh, for shame. For shame.
I would, you know, I would like to think that if I ran a restaurant, I would tell the state government to just shove it right up their ass.
But restaurants can't demand vaccine papers from you. That's crazy. And what would it do? So even if you have a vaccine, how's that going to stop anything? It's not going to stop anything.
None of it makes sense. It has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do with following the science, and more to do with power grabs and teaching people to live under the rule of the government. That sort of thing. Getting used to having the thumb of the government on top of you.
Yeah, and people are so far gone, they're actually doing that. What freaking restaurant?
Hold
on, let me see.
There are people. If you look at
what restaurant is actually trying to.
If you look at their Instagram, because I went to look last night, he turned all commenting off because he got a lot of negative press, obviously. But they posted an update about the situation, and then there were people in the comments saying, "Oh, you're doing the right thing. Don't worry, you're following the rules. We're so proud of you for keeping people safe," which obviously is dog shit. But I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Real Cujo out there. He gave us some money here. Let's hit that.
Money.
Appreciate it.
Money.
Real Cujo says, I will curse the FBI out in different languages, then ask my lawyer. And then I saw someone said earlier you should, you should start recording it, which I agree with.
Yeah, that's the most amazing thing. LVLU Cypher says it's a violation of HIPAA. I don't. We've come so far that's not even a concern anymore. People's personal information is no longer a concern. Because I'm the type that I don't want to give out my personal medical information. That's private. That's for me. That's for my family. You know, that's private. And people now are, Rocky Mountain Bears brown shirt cafe.
Yeah, I don't understand how. So this was a pizza restaurant,
pizza place. Yeah, it was a pizza place in New York somewhere.
Wow, New Yorkers, you let me down.
It does really though. Did they really? I'm not surprised that. Obviously, I think Californians would be the first to go along with retard shit.
New York City begins enforcing COVID-19 vaccine mandate for indoor businesses Monday. Here's what you need to know. Wow.
It doesn't surprise me that New Yorkers are so willing to bend the knee to anything, because they're so obsessed with their way of life that they will do anything to go back to pretend to go back to normality, which that almost feels like it's long gone. But
yeah, it says this mandate covers eateries, indoor fitness, and entertainment venues like movie theaters, museums, concert halls. Why is de Blasio still the mayor of New York? I thought we settled that already. I guess he's still his term. Didn't de Blasio get voted out, or
no?
Did I dream that?
The governor got voted.
The governor got kicked out, but I thought there was a mayoral race in New York City. Yeah, I thought.
I don't think so.
I thought there was like the next mayor of New York was like that black cop.
They want him to be, but I don't think the election has happened, has it?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't follow. Let me see. Yeah, maybe the term's not up, or maybe that
primaries. It looks like the primaries already happened. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. Let me see if I could find that out, man. But
yeah, so the election itself is November 2nd, and it is between Eric Adams and Curtis Sliwa. That looks like it's who it's going to be. So what's his name is gone after this, but
man, he's going to go fast enough. But I guess these guys will do the same crap.
A Republican in New York is a rhino, I'm sure. So
yeah. So Wow, New York City, man, what has happened? What has happened to New York
again,
City?
I don't. New York has always been. New Yorkers have always been more happy, as far as I can tell, with their status quo and not wanting to give that up. You want to live in New York. I want to have my normal. I want to go get a slice of pizza. I want to, instead of. They're not the fighting type. I don't think New Yorkers are the type to. New York City goers are the type to fight over things. Like fight for rights. I don't know. This might be my perception.
Yeah, don't worry. You remember, my thing I always talk about, like with the aliens. If the president says that aliens exist, and there
New
are
Yorkers would
overlords,
go, okay.
Yeah, and then if they say, look, all they want, just one child from everyone's family,
New Yorkers would go, okay,
to munch on his snacks.
Apparently,
human
the crazy
beings
thing
are like their chicken wings.
The crazy thing is this shows, all this vaccine stuff shows that there is somebody out there. There are people out there who would be like, they got kids. They go get one of their kids. They got kids. They would like turn you in to the aliens to get your kids. 100%. 100%.
No one can travel or move around or go to a pizza restaurant unless you show the papers that says you let the aliens eat one of your kids.
Yeah, there would be. I guarantee you, this is proving that there would be people out there that like, come on, guys, why are you being so selfish? This is for the betterment of society. Yeah. Why don't you just do it? Guaranteed, there would be that out there. When
I grew up in New York City, people were more kick-ass than this.
Feisty? They have become pathetic. New York City goers, New York Cityers, I feel like have become pathetic people. Like, they have no oomph in them.
Yeah. But it's a lot of people around the country.
Maybe different neighborhoods are different as well, because I know New York City is a big place. Maybe there's still some suburbs or city areas that are more feisty than others, but I don't know. I'm just glad I don't live in New York. I'd never want to live in New York.
Yeah, I lived there for a while, and I did it, and I think hey, it's part of my life, but I would never live there again.
No, I don't. Big city.
I don't even slightly miss it.
Nah, big city living has never been for me. It's fun to visit a little bit, but then when you start seeing all the troubles that come along with big city life, you're like, I don't want this.
And this is not the end. This is not the end. There's going to be more. There'll be more outrageous things happening in New York City, and people just go, "Oh, okay. I guess we'll just do that. We don't have. I don't
understand how people. Yeah, I don't understand how people are just. And then, not only are people okay with it, but they are proactively helping enforce things.
Yeah.
It's how, I mean, it just goes back to Nazi Germany and how the rise of Nazism happened. It's so, from the outside, from watching people, it seems so blatant where you watch and you're like, the government is easily turning neighbor on neighbor. And I can't say that I haven't fallen for it, but it just seems so, like, obvious that that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like every day we sink deeper. Real Cujo says, Storm of the Century, that was a story from Stephen King. Give me what I want and I'll go away. Is that from Storm of the Century?
I'm not a reader.
Vanessa Kitty said, I never read that one. Vanessa Kitty says, your medical decisions are yours alone. Government should not be dictating anything about your choices.
New York does not believe that.
Well, I mean, obviously it's your body if you want to have an abortion. The other side of the... You can kill babies in that sense. You can kill babies if you want to drone people. All that stuff is good.
You've heard that the new way of turning neighbor on neighbor now is... there are people out there who are actually literally saying that, if you're unvaccinated, you should not receive medical treatment. Oh, you get sick? Well, maybe you shouldn't get a hospital bed. You didn't get the vaccine. You were selfish.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much further it can go before people start doing things that some people would say are crazy that I'm leaning towards going, I can understand why somebody would do certain things,
And where would it end? Where does that end? Does it just end here?
Eye for an eye leaves every man blind.
Yeah, does it end just over this flu? Where does that extend to?
No, of course not.
What other things will that go to, I mean, it's just insane to think about it.
There are things that I'm willing to talk about over a beer in private that I cannot talk about in public on
Yeah.
on a podcast.
Bruce Ludman says, Babyface, come visit me in my New York.
I would love to go to upstate New York. I hear it is beautiful. I think Bruce Ludman is near Niagara Falls. I think that's what
Niagara Falls.
I hear upstate New York is very pretty, so I would love to. But I can't carry a gun there. I try not to visit places where I can't concealed carry. So.
Mm-hmm. Rocky Mountain Beer says Castro's son is Prime Minister of Canada.
we talked about this the other night, didn't we?
Yeah.
he looks just like him.
Yeah. So
about fat people, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that whole thing about you didn't get vaccinated, you shouldn't get a hospital bed. Well, should we extend that out to he didn't wear his seatbelt, so we're not going to give him life saving? I mean, in the same vein, you shot heroin, and then we're going to try to save you from overdosing with Narcan. I think we should just remove Narcan from all of the ambulances across the country. It's the same logical step, but when you phrase it like that, people will be like, "Oh God, how dare you? That's sadistic. Why would you say that?"
This is the dangerous thing about it. Whoever's in charge at the time can force whatever they want on you. So if you're okay with this, if you're okay with Biden coming out and saying your freedoms don't matter, it's not about your freedoms or your rights, we could do whatever you want to you, there's more of that. There's going to be more of that. Don't think it's going to end anywhere. Don't think those folks don't look down on other people. So
I don't know. We were talking last night on Smash Time's thing, and towards the end of his podcast, we were talking about politics in general, and I was getting very irate with everything. I kept having to tell myself, like, we can't talk politics because I am getting like really uptight.
Oh, get irate, man. Get irate before it's
exhausting.
My head goes poof.
Every day it feels like there's something new to just be angry about constantly.
Yeah. So multiple people said, "What about fat people?" Brian Quick said, "What about fat people?"
Yeah, exactly.
Kitty said, "What about fat people?"
You know the health risks when you put on an extra 200 pounds. You know the health risks when you drink heavily or smoke heavily or do hard drugs. I mean, you know the risks, but no, we can't worry. I mean, the medical profession in general, I don't think many doctors are going along with that because that's against the Hippocratic Oath. Their duty is to help. But politicians and late night hosts, especially the people that are in charge of late night television, I think on their high horses believe that you shouldn't get medical help if you don't do what they tell you. If they don't do what they don't do what they say.
That's good. That can go in so many different ways and apply to so many different people. So. I mean, so for example, they're saying if people come over the border illegally, right, and here in America, that they should get health care. But if you refuse to take a vaccine, shot, you shouldn't get health care. You don't get it.
It's insane.
Maybe if you don't pay taxes, you shouldn't get health care. How about that? There's all kinds of different things that we could apply this stupidness to. So
and then Kathleen Music Lover says punishing people because they don't comply is tyrannical. The news today is the Biden administration, to punish Governor DeSantis, has partially taken away our ability to get monoclonal antibodies into the state.
Really?
Did you see any of that came to light today? Yesterday?
Really?
So the Biden administration put out a thing saying, we're going to increase production by 50%. So I guess we here in Florida have been getting a lot of monoclonal antibodies as a treatment. Turns out what they're doing is increasing production from 100,000 to 150,000 vials annually, whatever it is, every day, every week, whatever they ship. And they are now deciding to instead of the private company that makes this and sells it, instead of them getting to decide where they're going to sell to whoever needs it and pays the most for it, the central government and the federal government's going to come down and give it out evenly to states as it's needed. So Florida, we were getting 50,000 doses a week, I think. We got cut down to 30,000 doses a week. And it's everybody's pretty sure that it's to go after DeSantis because
And how is that made? How is that manufactured? Exactly.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it that far. I don't know what it takes to manufacture that. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe Florida shouldn't have to bail out other states. How about that?
God, I wish. I wish we could say no to California anymore. When they introduce dumbass policies that cause them to go, people shitting in the streets and going broke, and then we have to bail them all out.
Yeah, Vanessa Kitty says they're rationing the monoclonal antibodies. Why? With increasing production, why would they do such thing?
And they're only rationing them against red states. That's the perception of it, is that the rationing is hurting red states and helping blue states. And
don't send money to the Fed then.
Don't
bail out other states.
At what point does the state just go, well, screw you, federal taxes, we're done. We're done with you. Don't pay your federal income tax next year. Screw them.
Yeah, you keep pushing people.
I would keep so much. If my employer would stop sending my federal income taxes to the government, and I didn't have to pay it, I would have so much more money.
I'm sure you already know what you would do.
Oh God!
You probably sat somewhere and figured out that whole. I'm gonna get more night vision. Yeah.
Duels, quads.
Oh Lord. Brian Quick wants to know how many doses are used per week in Florida.
All I know is that we were receiving about 50,000. I don't know how many were being used.
Yeah.
But supposedly it is I'm not going to call it a miracle cure, but supposedly when it comes to treating people with symptoms of COVID, it is incredible how well it works.
Okay.
Like people reporting that symptoms have disappeared within 3 or 4 days instead of 2 weeks. Like it really, really works. And now the federal government is, you can't have that much. Can't have that. Sorry, Florida, we don't like your politics, so can't have it.
That's interesting. Did you see? I sent you a thing. Here's another thing about Florida that I sent you. And Rick Scott is one of my least favorite Floridians. I refuse to vote for Rick Scott. I think we had like I remember.
I think I have one above him, and that's Keith Perry, but. That's just personal reasons.
No one's fan. No one's a fan.
I cannot stand
Did you see this headline? I sent this to you.
Yeah, so I didn't get to dig into it deeper, though.
Yeah, Florida's pension fund adopted anti-gun policies with Rick Scott's blessing.
Rick Scott, for anybody that's isn't aware, is our old governor before DeSantis.
Yeah.
He's a typical politician. He's not the type that you would trust with anything. He's the type that... he's completely out for himself.
You also I don't like his face when I see him anywhere talking about anything. Don't like his face. Don't like your face. Anyway, so here's the thing. So Asheville C. Ash Williams Jr. has the financial well-being of Florida's public employees in his hands. Williams serves as the executive director and chief investment officer of the Florida State Board of Administration in Tallahassee, which oversees more than $250 billion in assets, including the nearly $2 billion Florida retirement system, the state's public employee pension fund. On November 14th, 2018, for reasons known only to him, Williams signed a agreement known as the Principles for a Responsible Civilian Firearms. It's this.
He clicked on it on accident.
Yeah. So, in fact, Florida is one of the first states to sign up with the group. So I'm just going to go forward in this whole thing. This is like some group where you take this pledge. It's basically a lot of gun control stuff. Here's their principles. 1, manufacturers should support, advance, and integrate the development of technologies designed to make civilian firearms safer, more secure, and easier to trace. Manufacturers should adopt and follow responsible business practices that establish and enforce responsible dealer standards and promote training and education programs for owners designed around firearm safety. Civilians, firearms distributors, and dealers and retailers should establish, promote, and follow best practices to ensure that no firearm is sold without a complete background check. What the fuck?
Get fucked.
Yeah, and it goes on. It goes on here. Basically, all gun control stuff.
So he had to sign this?
Yeah, no, he signed it because he agrees with that. And since he's in charge of all this money from Florida, and with Rick Scott's blessing, that's what this article is about. They're trying to use that. Okay, so just like how Bloomberg and all these other guys are trying to use their money to influence what's happening. The Republicans in Florida, it's something I keep saying to people. The Republicans in Florida are pushing all of this stuff and using people's money to do it.
For people who aren't aware, the Republicans in Florida aren't constitutional conservatives. No. There might be some that fall into that category, but I'd say for the most part, they're your typical rhinos mostly. They very few of them care about the Constitution.
Yeah, this is why we're having such a hard time getting constitutional carry, overturning all the gun control laws.
We have good opportunities to do some of this stuff, bring some of these things to the vote, and I don't know if they're playing midterm games. I'm not sure what their game is, but they
have no interest in it, man.
Because it doesn't help them politically. That's my guess.
Yeah, I was talking about this before, and let me see. I can't remember the exact name of the guy, but I could look it up and pull it up here. But the guy, one of the people who authored that gun control bill here in Florida, is a Republican. Mm-hmm. Okay, Republican. Wilton Stimson. You guys should look this dude up.
That guy's a joke, from what I remember.
Yeah. He's the president now of the Florida Senate since 2020. Okay, this guy authored the gun control here, the Parkland bill. He authored that. Even the NRA, ILA, and the crazy cat lady were against this guy. Now they're all raising money for this guy. This guy next year is running to be agricultural commissioner. Republican.
Wilton,
and so this is,
Wilton Stimson, president of the Florida Senate.
Yeah. So these guys here, I'll show you. This is a thing that was on Facebook. So we are a week away from our banquet. Only 38 seats left. So they're raising money. $5,000 table of the year, Senator Wilton Stimson. People were paying like $50. Here's all these different companies supporting it, all that stuff. Okay, Friends of NRA.
So he's a
Foundation.
swamp creature. Basically, what you're telling me is he's a swamp creature. That's the answer here.
Yeah.
And for anybody, Florida is full of them. Florida is. I think we're slightly better than New York and California, but we're full of swamp creatures. They're everywhere around here. Yeah. And not just because I literally live in the swamp.
Yeah. This is why we can't get anything done. This is why they have no interest in doing it. Republicans run Florida.
I agree.
They could do what they want here, but they don't want to do it. So, and they don't want any pressure. So I know we were talking about it yesterday that constitutional carry got reintroduced here.
Who did it? That's good. That's actually really good. Okay.
Yeah, and Luis Valdez of GOA has been doing a lot of fighting on that front. So
he was the one that got attacked by the other organizations because he didn't bend the knee, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the big problems we have here. But we've been talking about that for years. And a lot of the so-called pro Second Amendment groups in Florida keep raising money for these people. How can you author gun control and become the president of the Senate in Florida?
They don't. I don't have an answer for you. I don't. Well, again, it's because you're not. I think people are more concerned with the letter in front of your name than they are with how you stand on certain issues. That's just my guess. Just a guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just have to try to work harder, get rid of these guys, run people against them.
See, that's the thing is, for them. And I keep saying it over and over and over, is we have to have people who are willing to run. And I keep putting it out there in the back of my brain, maybe someday soon I will run for some office.
Okay.
Because if we don't, then nothing will change.
What do you What do you want to run for? You live in Gainesville.
I would love to be for. I don't want to be part of local politics. I would much rather run for like a Senate seat or something, but I don't know, like a Florida Senate. I would like to do that, but again, I don't know.
I mean, you're partially Cuban, man.
I could be Hispanic. That one Hispanic.
We can run you against.
And they look at me and be like, "What the hell?" But I don't know. But it is.
Ultimately, we all have to do that, right?
If we don't start running people against them and making them think about what decisions they're making,
right,
then we're not going to get anywhere. Nothing is going to happen.
Can I be your campaign manager?
Oh God, it would be a fucking disaster, wouldn't it?
Wait, hold on a second. If I'm your campaign manager,
yeah, what are you gonna do? How are we gonna do it?
I'm going hardcore.
Are we? We got to get some money behind.
We fighting with everybody. We go with troll rules.
You know, the other issue is sometimes, and I think this is what keeps a lot of people out of politics. Is I'm sitting there, I sit there and go, do I really want that trouble in my life? Like, do I really want that trouble?
See, 42 Chilled says, let BFP hand out CCW permits. Yeah, you can run for agricultural commissioner.
I hand out CCW permits. I'm an NRA certified instructor. I actually do teach CCW. But I would. What the hell does Nicki Fried know more about than I do? I mean, she can't know that much about agriculture.
Can you imagine that face on every gas pump in Florida?
And it would be something like...
No, you got to do it with a gun. You got to do it with a gun. You got to go James Bond style. You know, in your...
Oh my God! Yeah. If I had the opportunity, I would absolutely do something like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, the South Florida people that hate guns would love me. Woo!
DCG44 says, recognize that we gun people care, but the average citizen does not. Yeah.
That's the other problem. Yeah, is people don't seem to people have lost their way when it comes to the Constitution. LP Louis Cypher, BFP gives you gas.
There you go. Yeah. This gas is brought to you by Babyface.
Oh God, could you imagine?
Yeah. Listen, I will totally run your campaign. Scorched Earth Firearms, Rod Mills says, Babyface P for Prez. There you go.
Oh God, I couldn't be a president. I have no... Oof. I'd be so bad at it.
Yeah.
What's funny is I probably actually would be just fine.
Right.
It's just... sometimes you're just like, God, do I want that trouble? Do I want that trouble? But again... Something has to happen. People have to start standing up and running for local politics.
I actually think that Rod Mills would make a good... We should make Rod Mills run for president. By the way, happy birthday to Rod Mills, belatedly.
Oh, happy birthday, Rod.
Yeah, it was his birthday. You know, have you ever... You look at Rod Mills' Facebook page, right?
Yeah. It entertains me sometimes because of some of his friends... there are people that post on his Facebook, Rod, sorry to throw you under the bus, but some of your friends still believe that Andrew Gillum would have been a better governor than Rod DeSantis. They still believe that. That guy was caught with a gay prostitute smoking meth, and they still believe he would have been a better... Naked, mind you, yeah. I just
naked,
can't deal with that.
Naked and high with a gay escort.
Yep.
Huh.
I don't know.
While the campaign was going on, I believe. While the campaign. So here's the thing. The reason why I think, if you look at Rod Mills, so for example, it was his birthday a couple of days ago. So I post, Facebook suggests, oh, it's your so-and-so's birthday. Like, I hide my birthday, by the way. Even if Facebook shows you my birthday, that's not my birthday.
You put a fake one on there?
Yeah. So I saw it, and then it always suggests a picture to you. So I put up one of those Karen pictures. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you think I'm allowed to show Rod Mills' Facebook page? I don't know if that's...
It's public. Well, is it probably not public facing? I don't know. You should ask him before.
Yeah. Rod Mills, let us know whether or not we could actually show your Facebook page.
42 Chilled says, if Babyface was Prez, imagine the toys in Night Vision. Those MRAPs would not be left in Afghanistan. Anybody that wants one, they would be for sale to the local populace.
Yeah, Brick
Brick
says Rod should be on this show. He's always crunk. Yeah, Rod can come on. If you have the email, it should work. Or ask Lola, and Lola will send it to you if you want to come on. So I don't know whether or not we could show his... So anyway, so it showed the picture. It was one of the... I'm going to see if it's on here. It was one of the pictures that Rod posted with me and a whole bunch of black dudes in the gun world. And then, it has one of those Karen... Oh my God. What am I looking at here?
Is this
okay? Now I'm showing Rod Mills' Facebook page whether he likes it or not. Now,
oh no,
he says not the nude pics. No, we showing your page. Your page is getting shown. So look what I'm scrolling through. I'm scrolling through Rod Mills' page. There's what?
Why is there a half naked scrawny young black man.
No, it was worse than that before. I'm trying to see where the beginning of this. Where's the beginning of this video? Oh, here we go. This is what I saw. Oh my god! Oh, that's making my head is hurting worse.
I believe that is called a true death by snoo.
Oh my god! Yes, my brain is hurting even harder now.
That's funny.
So I'm trying to. I cannot find that picture that I put up. I threw up a picture here of Rob. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. So I put this up there. It's
there's the one with the Karen.
Yeah, so it had the Karen in it and all that kind of stuff, and it also has like. I see Rod Mills, Argo J, NOC, Maj, myself, Mike from MW Tactical, and some other dudes. My apologies to those the other brothers that I'm not recognizing here, but respect to everyone out there. And Karen. But here's the funny thing about this, Patrick. And you know this is true. 95% of the people who commented on that, women.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Rod Mills has nothing. It's like the only dudes who are following Rod Mills are the dudes that know him, and then it's all like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell is this? You know, if you put up a post like that, then every time someone says something on it, you get the Facebook ding.
Yeah.
And every time I got
all
that,
the dings.
yeah, every time I got that, it was some. I was like, how many women does Rod Mills know?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know this many women. Michael Avon says you can't unsee that.
Death by snoo.
Yeah.
Smash Time. Oh, look, Smash Time's out there. Hey.
Oh yeah, what's up to Smash Time out there? AP
Rocky
Reloading
Mountain
says
versus Pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah. AP Reloading says is that red man in the middle. Don't know. Rocky Mountain Bear says Pimpin' ain't easy. Let's see who's in the middle. No, in the middle.
Monterey was in the middle.
Yeah, that's Maj
right?
in the middle right there. Yeah. There you go.
Did you see him on Fox the other night doing a his best Kanye West impersonation?
Maj?
Yeah, the tagline on the video was Maj Toure, Joe Biden doesn't care about black people or something like that.
Wait, hold on. Who doesn't care about black people?
Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. It was a couple days ago on Fox News's YouTube page. Let me see if I can find it.
Huh. Okay. Was he on the Fox News show with the brother? There's like a black dude on Fox News.
Do you think so? Because I can tell you, it's the only channel he goes on anymore. The only show he goes on is with the black guy.
Oh, that's the only show he goes on. Okay, that's true. That's true. Whenever I see Maj, he's on with that guy. I've seen Noir on with that guy. Also, I don't know who that guy's name is. I'm not trying to.
I don't either.
Him
the host of that show. Have you ever watched any of those clips?
It's funny. That dude is funny.
He calls him Brother Maj every time.
Yeah. I don't know where did that guy come from? Who is that guy? Is that guy like a reporter? Is he like an actor?
Here it is.
Who the fuck is that? Okay.
3 days ago, Joe Biden doesn't care about black people. Maj Toure was the.
Can you send me that in our text thing if you can? I don't know if you can or not.
Let me see if I can figure out how to figure it out. So off topic of all this, and it just reminded me how that this news article. Have you followed this news article about the girl that went missing out in? They were on a van trip or something, and her boyfriend disposed of her supposedly, and she's now missing. Have you not seen anything about this?
Money. Yeah, I'm just Smash Time says Texas. That is all. There you go. So yes, I have seen this, and do you actually want my thoughts on this? You might want to think about that twice.
I
do.
Know
my thoughts? Oh.
Yeah, no. First off, my first question is, why has this become a big media? People go missing all the time.
I'll tell you why. Okay. There is right now in America 10,001 black chicks that have been missing for at least 100 years.
And nobody cares.
And no one's found them.
No, nobody cares.
But let one little blonde chick disappear for a minute, and the whole world falls apart. That is always news. I don't know.
Marley and I talked about it last night, and the only thing I could think is it's because she's the perfect face for media. She's young, she's blonde, she's pretty.
Everyone cares, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's the only thing I can think, because again, it just seems like it's a shitty situation, but why is this mainstream?
I don't care, and it's not just because she's like. It doesn't matter to me. Like, if people go missing, that matters the most to their family and all that kind of stuff. If people in my family go missing, I'm all about it. People in other families go missing. Now, if I could do something to help, sure. But there's people going missing every day in America, people. Okay? There's kids that are going missing. And no one puts anything up about it. No one gives a damn.
Kioski says pretty sure it seems pretty clear that her fiance killed her. I don't disagree with you, but Marlene, again, we're talking about this yesterday. No body means no crime. There's no murder as of yet because there is no body.
So there is one reason why I paid attention to this story. You're gonna hate this. The one reason why I paid attention to this story because they drove out there in a van.
Yes, no, that's what I thought about. They were living the van life. That was like #van life.
Yeah, they drove out there in a van, and he comes back with the van without
no girl.
Yeah, listen, Patrick, if you go to Utah, where were they? Utah? Someplace.
Something like that. They were out west.
You go to Utah with Marley in a van, and you come back with the van and no Marley, I'm locking you up.
But
I'm putting you in prison.
The sad thing about this is if he doesn't talk and he gets a good lawyer, he could conceivably get away with this. If he did kill her. There's no body, there's no evidence, it's just a missing persons. Mm-hmm. What are they going to try him on unless they find foul play in the van? He was gone for 10 days. The body, 20 days in, that body's not being found. It's not happening. Well, I hate to be a realist here. I'm being kind of...
Yeah, in those wild places, those creatures will take that. Yeah, that thing.
Coyotes are going to be eating you. I don't want to be rude, but
listen, that's someone's daughter, and I heard that family's from New York and everything. That's someone's daughter, and that's a nightmare for that person.
I would.
I get that, dude. That dude coming back, and then coming back in your daughter's van, because it's her van. That dude coming back in your daughter's van without her, I'm sorry, the cops can't actually keep me from you, bro. I'm going to get you.
I'm with you 100%.
You going to answer me.
I don't think the legal system will be able to try him easily. Because, again, there's no evidence to tie him to anything. How
is this your girlfriend? You go somewhere with her, something happens to her, and you come back without her? I
made the same point. Cassie says he won't phone shit in the van. They went off on a hike and he offed her. I was telling Marley, again, this is kind of sadistic for me to say, but you walk somebody out off of a known trail, 3-mile hike out into the woods, you off them, and then come back, 20 days later, that body is not going to be found. If it's not on an active trail that people are hiking by, it's not going to be found out in the woods. And
people who are alive don't get found sometimes.
No.
Yeah,
no,
if you get lost out there, it's lucky because how are they going to find you?
Yeah, you can't comb that wide area of woods for one body. It's impossible. Yeah. So no body means no crime, means I could see him getting away with no trouble. But if I were the father, I don't think I would allow that.
Dude is going to have to he'll be snatched up. See, this is why I'm saying, like...
He would also disappear.
Yeah, if I take these things personally, I'm putting hands on you.
He would also disappear. Hey, let's go on a trip.
I'm getting my hands on you. I'm going to get my hands on you.
We're going to go fishing. Don't worry about it. Oh, he never turned back up. I dropped him off at the dock. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. Man, old school rules on that guy. But yeah, it's crazy. These kinds of things just become stories. You get a little blonde chick, story.
It's just weird. That was a weird thing to me.
Any other thing it's just a psychological thing for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's why they run it. That's why they run it. Yeah, that's why they run it as a news thing. Because every
music lover.
Yeah,
she trusted the wrong guy. No, I agree.
Yeah, everyone is thinking that poor little sweet blonde girl.
Yeah,
out there.
Yeah. and the the weird thing is the cops had already been called once, supposedly, to break up their fight that they had going on. If Marley and Marley said the same thing, she was like, if you and I were on a trip in this same situation, not married, and we could not get along, she would just catch a flight out, drop me off at the thing, I'm calling an Uber, I'm flying back home, we're done. Like,
I understand what you're saying. Me and Lola fight all the time. Not like that.
It's normal to have spats.
Yeah, we argue all the time, but we don't. I'm not leaving Lola anywhere.
No, I'm not ditching Marley in the woods. I don't know what I do with myself.
I'm not leaving her anywhere. She can be as mad at me as she wants to be.
So So then the other theory that somebody had brought up was, I guess Marley had told me this, and I'm taking it from her word. I didn't look into it myself. This guy had researched or watched some stuff on serial killers recently before the trip, so maybe he wanted to be a serial.
Oh man,
it's hard.
You know what's surprising? How many people in the chat know info about this dude?
About this?
They know all about this story. I know about the story, and I only know this because I was staying, doing the South Carolina thing, and I was staying in a hotel, and I would see that. I would see that on Fox News, and I would see the thing, and be like, oh, there's another little missing blonde chick. Missing, but people out there know all the details. But you know,
it's crazy. But I don't want. I'm gonna be a realist here. Like I said, I can see him getting away with no trouble because there's no crime as of yet. She's just missing.
Yeah. What is this? Lenhold says now, if she had been Asian, it would make a lot of news cycles.
Maybe I don't know if Asians get more.
No.
I don't think blacks and Asians would get as much news cycle coverage.
Not in these kinds of stories. Not in these kinds of stories.
No. Do Asians go missing that often? You don't hear about Asian couples having a fight and one going missing. That seems uncommon to me.
I think the blonde chick going missing is a universal thing. Black people care about it. White people care about it. Asian people care about it. You know, freaking the Taliban cares. Wait a second, blonde chick went missing.
They're watching this right now in Afghanistan. Going,
somebody's got to find her. But when it comes, but any other, there's just certain things that we care about. You know, you could. It's weird. It's weird how that particular thing is, and some of it goes by race. So like we're experiencing that right now. If something happens and the cop is white and the person who gets shot or whatever is black, that's gonna make the news. If the cop is black and the person who got shot is white, not gonna make the news.
Nope.
You know, if someone defends themselves and they're black and the person they defend themselves against and take them out is black, not gonna make the news.
Gang violence.
But if it's a white guy defending himself against a black guy, that's gonna definitely make the news. We're just weird. We're crazy as human beings of what we pay attention to.
Yep.
What is this? Oh, Motorboater says, I think I have seen the Patrice O'Neill one. Says Patrice O'Neill has a great bit about missing white women.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I'll have to go look it up.
Do you know Patrice O'Neill? Do you know who that is?
I know who he is.
Yeah, he's a funny. Is he still alive, Patrice O'Neill?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Patrice O'Neill is a really funny comedian.
No,
I'm not sure if he's alive or not. Yeah,
Patrice O'Neill died in
some years ago,
2011.
Yeah.
Been dead for 10 years. I thought he was still kicking.
No, he was an awesome comedian.
Yeah, he was funny.
That dude could kick it to any woman. He had like the skills.
He didn't die of like a drug overdose. He had a blood clot in his brain, so he had a aneurysm.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Comedians are very important to society. Norm Macdonald. I don't think we talked about Norm Macdonald, man.
Yeah, that one. Celebrity deaths never hit me. Norm Macdonald, I thought was hilarious. So when I heard he died, I was like, seriously, like, man.
Norm Macdonald had a special kind of humor.
His delivery was nobody else had that. Nobody had his kind of delivery. He wasn't an asshole. He wasn't like super fun. He's just weird. You know. He's the type of person that will start speaking and just smile and everybody will start laughing just because he's like smiling and telling a story. Like there's some quality to him.
Yeah. He was in Adam Sandler movies, I think. He was in a bunch of different. He was in a lot of movies out there. He's Saturday Night Live alumni.
Yep. Yep. He did that for a long time, but supposedly he had been fighting cancer for the better part of 10 years. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he was funny.
Sad.
He was. Remember we were talking about him on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. Mysteries?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the pigeon.
Oh shoot. He is the pigeon.
Norm Macdonald was the pigeon.
Oh, that show. What are they gonna do?
That show's been over. That
Has
show's
it?
not. Yeah, I don't think that show is. That show is going. Yeah, everyone's shouting out Norm. Norm Macdonald was funny, and I mean, I grew up in the '80s.
Yes.
And yeah, I thought Norm Macdonald was funny, and it's sad at like 61 years old. Skinny Waver says Hank is racist. Everyone's racist.
Everybody knows that. Hank's the most racist.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Bear says Dirty Work. I thought that was a funny movie. Yeah,
I carry my revolver in single action. Comedians are not important anymore. They can't be raw anymore. It's true. Comedians are losing their ability to have an edge any longer.
Yeah,
because they can't be funny.
Yeah. By the way, we were talking about the host of the Fox News thing, and I said I didn't know. Lawrence B. Jones looks like he's a radio host.
Yeah, that's him. Okay.
Yeah, is an American conservative political commentator, Fox News, contributor, talk radio host, and author. He came to prominence in 2015 for raising money for a pizza shop that refused to cater a gay wedding. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so since we're on the topic of black people in the internet, did you guys talk about Nicki Minaj yesterday?
Yes, we did for a little.
You did?
While.
Okay.
For a minute, we could hit it again if you want to. What's your
I wouldn't
take
hit
on
that
Nicki?
I wouldn't hit that with anybody's dick. That is not on me. Somebody else can hit that.
Yeah, you know what?
Not for me.
Okay, so here, let me ask you this question. Wait, before we get into this now, since you brought it up, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B? You got to do one.
Let me look
Oh, now you're looking
Cardi
at pictures?
What'd she look like now? I haven't seen her in a while. Oh,
let's see.
Trampy. They're both so trampy looking. I don't like either.
Let's see. Nicki Minaj.
They look awful, Hank. They're just so... They're not my type. They are a complete opposite of my type.
Well, I don't know what your type is, but
Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna go Nicki Minaj.
So here's so this version of Nicki Minaj is kind of cute, where she just looks,
Yeah, I could go that. I could go with that.
She's got the Caribbean thing going on.
Yeah,
partly
I could go Nicki
Asian.
Minaj. Cardi B just looks trashy. Just
she's got a big. Are you against big booties? Somehow, I don't think so. I don't think you're anti big booties.
Big. They're not huge booties. Are not my thing. I like them firm. I don't like monstrous booties.
Booties or boobies? What are we talking about here?
Oh, did you say? I thought you said butts.
Butts, yes, that's
boobies.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, butts. I don't like them overly massive. I like a nice firm booby.
So now
Boobies.
let's look at
Cardi B.
Here's Cardi B. Cardi B. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna try to find some pictures of Cardi B.
Just does not.
Let's see what we got going on here. I don't like Cardi B's voice, but I'm fine.
And then
with
this
both
whole
of their
thing where
rapping.
she's a literal rapist and robber, and she would steal from men and drug them or whatever. Like, I can't do it. No thanks.
Yeah. No, I'm afraid of getting diseases, so I'm probably gonna say I'm with you.
Yeah.
But Nicki Minaj is probably a little bit better looking, but I probably wouldn't mess with either one of them. Kioski says that Nicki Minaj is better looking, so there you go.
So what's your take on the left turning on her so fast when she questions anything?
Not surprised.
Not even a little.
That. No.
Not even a little.
Well, because liberals think that black people are their pets.
Yes,
and when your pets get out of line, you gotta yank their chain, put them back in. Put them back in position. What's happening.
Did you see that they invited her to the White House to educate her on the pandemic? Mm-hmm. That to me seems like seems like yanking your chain. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, you gotta put her back in.
What you did was inappropriate. It was naughty what you did. You got to come get re-educated at the White House.
Yeah, exactly. Put her back in the re-education machine.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's happening. Yeah. I loved it. I loved all of that salt. I sent you the post when it was going on. The salt, my blood pressure couldn't handle all the salt coming from her Twitter because it was just a salt mine of people. Oh, how dare you talk about Tucker Carlson? He's a literal racist. He's the worst.
Well, because
And she
Tucker actually posted something promoting.
It was like
she realized what the media does. She realized that the media will try to.
It's amazing,
tune you out.
It's amazing when somebody who lives for the left, who lives to generate media, typically for the left, has their epiphany moment, and I think she may have had that.
Yeah,
I think, because there are a lot of them that do. There are a lot of artists that have those epiphany moments.
But let's realize this: a lot of black people don't believe in the vaccine. You know that.
Oh no, black people are not getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
Out of all the groups getting vaccinated,
I think they said 4 out of 10. So I'm not going to say all black people, but that means that 6 out of 10 black people are not.
Whites are getting the vaccine like crazy. Asian people, I have no doubt, are getting the vaccine. Black people, and for good reason. Just look at the Tuskegee experiments. They gave black men syphilis. Do you really trust your government? Like, really?
I think yes. I think black people tend to trust the government less, and maybe white people tend to trust the government more. This is look. It's like Obama. Who voted more for Obama, black people or white people?
White people.
Yeah. So
black people voted more for Obama than they did anybody running against him.
But most black people didn't vote.
White people put him in office. Black people did not. They don't have the power to sway an election that much. I don't think.
So if all the black people voted, it still wouldn't be enough to make him get in there. It would be a big influence.
Of the population?
Yeah, it would be a big influence, but all the black people don't vote. So a lot of there's a lot of mistrust, in black communities.
You have a right to mistrust the government. Black people should. Nobody. I don't even need to say black people. Nobody should trust the government. Right. They have done things to harm everyone.
So, but here's the thing, Nicki Minaj here's what I'm trying to say about it. I think in her world, looking at it, she was coming from her world and her culture point of view and saying what she believes and what probably the people around her believe. And got smacked down.
When you got 22 million people, you can't do that on Twitter. You can't talk your mind.
Yeah.
That's what scares me most about people who... And I wonder if that's why we hate people who get popular, famous, from even YouTube famous. You're like, who controls you now? Somebody controls you. Who controls you? Who's paying you? That's the person that controls you.
Yeah, but you could tell. You could tell if people speak their own mind or not. I think that's why. That's why Elon Musk has gotten kicked out of favor, and
I tend to like the underdogs. I don't like Nicki Minaj as. I don't like her music. It's not my type of music. I don't like her.
I'm sorry. I like her lyrics.
Her wet ass possum just walking down the street.
You got to go look at her. She did a song. She did a remix, and I don't think we can even put it up here. Obviously,
no. This will get taken down so fast.
Yeah. It's called a whole lot of money in here or something like that. Whole lot of money in here. Okay. Oh, whole lot of money lyrics, right? And Nicki Minaj has some great lines in there, but
I don't like. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't personally like hip hop culture to begin with. I think it gives it sets a bad example for young kids, young black kids. Oh. You wanna live the thug life or whatever, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't want that.
I like racy. I grew up in hip hop, so yeah.
You're an adult.
I like racy hip hop lyrics too. It's always been like that. 2 Live Crew, man. 2 Live Crew.
You're an adult.
Do you know 2 Live Crew? I was listening to 2 Live Crew when I was like 16 years old. You don't know who 2 Live Crew is? That's one of the most famous rappers. What?
Oh, I know. I'm trying to figure out songs that they're known for.
2 Live Crew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's pull up some songs.
1986. Oh no, that's discography.
Let's see. 2 Live Crew. 2 Live Crew actually. They actually got.
Revelation on its first label, Fresh Beat Records, in 1984.
Yeah, they actually went to court to fight for artistic freedom and stuff like that. because they used to make like some really
The crew
raunchy...
parodied Roy Orbison's "Oh Pretty Women" on the album "As Clean as They Want to Be." The copyright owner of the original song brought a lawsuit in 1990 claiming copyright infringement. In 94, the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously adopted a rule from an earlier Ninth Circuit case involving Rick Dees. It's so hard to say Dees and not follow it with nuts. And ruled that Two Live Crew's parody was fair use and thus did not infringe.
Also, remember people try to ban them because of their lyrics and everything. They're from Florida, so if you look at the Wikipedia,
that's the 90s, early to mid 90s. That was the hot thing, is to try to ban music.
Yeah, so hip hop. Two Live Crew was a hip hop group from Miami, Florida, which had its greatest commercial success in the late 80s and the early 90s. The group's most lineup was composed of Luke Campbell, Fresh Kid, Ice, Mr. Mix, and Brother Marquise. Luke Campbell, that's the guy who they were considerably controversial in the U.S. due to sexually explicit content in their songs, particularly in their 1989 album As Nasty as They Wanna Be. And they're the reason why you can get all this real raunchy stuff, and I'm with that. That's what I'm trying. It's the same thing with comedy. I believe you gotta leave comedians, artists, and stuff like that alone. They entertain us. They entertain us. We got a comment from NLC. Let's
money. Look, I've done protection work for Nicki and have been around her for hours. Sorry, I'm talking over that.
Yeah.
Look, I've done protection work for Nicki and have been around her for hours. Let me just say, in person, she is beautiful. Just saying.
Yeah.
Controlled opposition.
Listen, she's Caribbean. She's like my kind of chick. That's how, like, my people are mixed with they got some Asian blood in there.
So the thing
Indian,
I think is
all that kind of stuff.
She's not stupid, obviously. She's smart enough to turn her brand into what it is, because she is a brand. Her name, her everything is a brand, and it is worth a lot of money. I just think it's funny that you step out real quick, and
you find out.
And I wonder how it will change her moving forward. That's part of the question. Is like, will that change her opinions on things, or will they re-educate her at the White House when she goes to visit? Did you see the G Prime 85?
Is she actually going to the White House?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. G Prime 85. Do a quick search on your phone.
G Prime 85. What is that?
All one word. He's a comedian. He's a comic. He draws comics. Go to his Instagram and pull up the Nicki Minaj one that he posted. It was either today or yesterday. It's so poignant. It's so perfect. His comics are always so like poignant and perfect. Yeah, it was too. Oh, and the one before that of the Met Gala. We got to talk about the Met Gala and how retarded that. Hold on.
So we're supposed to be looking at G Prime Live.
G Prime 85.
G Prime 85. Hold on, let's see.
It's Instagram. If you go on Instagram and do a search for G Prime 85.
85. Let's see what comes up. It may take us a couple minutes here to get something to come up.
Slow ass internet.
My internet is moving kind of slow here. Come on, Jimon. He has like 48,000 followers or something. Okay, but
that's him. Go. Yeah, go back. Go to the.
Let's see. Okay, hopefully this.
It's nothing explicit. Nothing. As far as I know, nothing. Is this? Go to the one. Go down one. That one right there.
Yeah.
How perfect is that to explain the whole situation?
Put some hot sauce on the vaccine. I guess that's what that is.
Fuck me! And then look at that smug face that you just want to slap. I hate her face. I hate her face so much.
Whose face is that supposed to be?
The Jinsaki.
Oh, okay.
Go down one more to the Met Gala one too. I think that was funny.
This guy's a good. I like his cartoons. Yeah.
His cartoons are awesome. They're very poignant. They're very on point.
This is AOC with her message thing.
His art is his comics are really good. Wow. I really love his stuff.
Yeah,
and it's all political, which is funny.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Nicki Minaj cannot perform at Carnival for a few years. I don't know why. Rodney Brady says that.
I wonder why that is. Maybe because of explicit lyrics. See, like I grew up with explicit lyrics, man. I was a fan of Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and all that kind of stuff. So I believe in that for comedians, for artists, musicians, all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that everything has to be like that, but You know, that's freedom. So I think this is where, like, when you're an artist like Nicki Minaj and you want to say whatever you want to say, this is where the rubber meets the road on that freedom thing.
That one the first one that he recently posted, he looks like he posted today. If you go back to the one that's from today, that's her. It's a take on, I guess, her cousin or nephew or whatever the guy was.
Yeah, because something apparently happened to his jubblies.
Swollen testicles. Yeah, so in the first slide, he gets the shot. He looks down and his testicles swell.
Yeah.
So again, no, G Prime 85. I love that guy's art. It's hilarious. All of his stuff is so good.
Has there been reports of dudes jubblies of their?
I don't know. I've not looked into it.
Testicular region.
I have no idea. I didn't look
Lord.
into it any more than the salt mine because I thought the salt mine was just so so good.
By the way, shout out to Clover Tack that's in the audience.
Texans. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Kevin Dixie.
You got money.
Oh yeah,
end is near.
Yeah, the end is near. You want to read that?
Just a drive-by.
Just a
no.
drive-by.
He donated. Check the donation.
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
money.
There you go.
appreciate it. 556. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
But yeah, no, the salt mine from
Armsman says Nicki declined the invitation to the. So here's the thing. Here's the conversation.
I hope
here's the conversation I'm trying to have about this. It's kind of what happened with oh crap, the name of it. What's the name of the that black comedian that that he was talking about gun stuff and all that. Oh my god, how can this go out of my brain? I'm rich, bitch.
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Okay.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brain not working quite well today as usual. So it's the same thing that happened with Dave Chappelle. When artistic freedom of whatever you do, right? And like we all believe in that, right? We all believe in freedom. We should be able to talk about gun stuff and do what we want to do. Comedians should be able to say what they want to say, even if it offends us. Musicians should be able to put their lyrics out there and talk about whatever they want to, even if it offends us. When they're freedom, when they start getting smacked, you know, with that anti-freedom stick, I always think that's a good thing, because then they realize, like, oh, hold on a second. Because there's too many comedians, too many people in Hollywood, too many people in the entertainment business that are getting cozy with the government and people who want to impose this stuff on us.
We talked about this probably a year ago. Remember when that article came out about how the CIA is super involved with the Hollywood elites and how they commingle?
Right.
The higher-ups in yes, they commingle with the government.
Yeah.
And they're getting very cozy, and it's scary.
Yeah, it's, you know, when they start to realize stuff is going on here, this is when they push back. It's just like, was it Rose McGowan in this whole California thing? Did you see that?
She took a hard right turn, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and is now like a regular guest on Fox News. I would have never put Rose McGowan and Fox News in the same sentence.
Yeah, but she got smacked up with the whole thing. She's one of the people that kicked off
Harvey
the Me
Weinstein.
Too. Yeah, she kicked off the Me Too movement. There are people out there that use their influence unjustly against, not just women in Hollywood, by the way. Lots of dudes get sexually harassed up in Hollywood. Just
what's his
FYI.
name? The black guy that he was a football player and then went into the movies.
Yeah, the big guy that always bounces his boobies.
Idiocracy. Yes, him. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, President Camacho.
President Camacho came out. God, I need to rewatch that movie.
But listen, that's been happening. Can I tell you something? I hate to bust people's bubbles. James Dean was getting banged by movie producers back in the days, dude.
It's not new.
Yeah, so this is just how it goes down. And so she was genuinely against that, I believe, right? And she came out, and then when she realized, like, all these people, all these politicians and people around her were down with that, it seems like that's why now she's split from these guys. So
I hope more artists start waking up. That's all I can hope. More people start waking up to it and being like, this sucks. Why would I want to live under this?
Yeah, Terry Crews. Yeah, John Doe says Terry Crews. Brick says Terry Crews. And Joe Morris has an interesting thing. He says Nicki got too uppity and was replaced by Cardi for her agenda compliant clone. Yeah, Cardi B goes along with that crap too until they come to lock her up or something. Then we'll see. We'll see if she keeps going with that. When you're the one getting hit, this is how human beings are. We go through that where there's always things that we're telling people, hey, this is happening. No one gives a shit until they get hit. Then when they get, hold on a second.
There's been some news about that we won't cover.
Yeah.
There's been some news about some companies and how people don't want to work with them anymore, but we won't cover that on this podcast.
But this is what happens. Like, no one cares until it personally...
Hank's sweating right now that I won't speak the name.
No, I don't care. It honestly... No, I already talked about it.
Oh, did you guys?
Briefly.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get big into it just because, I mean... You know, we've settled all this stuff a long time ago here, but... Settled, yes. Yeah, settled. Or, you know, we put it out there. I don't know if we can say settled.
Put it behind us. I put it behind me.
Yeah. We've all gotten the screw a long time ago from different people, but, you know, the thing is that it doesn't, until it comes into your backyard, where it's your freedoms that are getting infringed on, you don't give a shit. Yeah.
It's great. It's great to infringe on everybody else's, and then when somebody comes along and goes, well, actually, you can't say that. And you're like, what the fuck you mean I can't say that?
Yeah.
The
it's all good.
Artists can wake up all they want, and then it's fine until the money in Hollywood goes away. Yeah, Hollywood's, I think... do you think Hollywood is at all afraid of the money going away? When you
the money's been going away from Hollywood, though, for a while. So
when you think about big record labels... small indie stuff can get produced now, no problem, and actually get there and make money. When you think about TV, Netflix came and devoured their money. Do you think Hollywood is facing that same existential crisis where they're like, they can't sustain for the next 50 years?
Well, because everything's changing. So the delivery method, the distribution method, which is now the internet, versus what it was before with music and movies and books and all this kind of stuff has drastically changed. And COVID, all the COVID shutdowns, I don't want to go to the frickin' movies. I'm not going to a movie theater. You know, that would have to be some movie that I just have to see in a movie theater for me to drop that money. Because, dude, I was in Walmart the other day and I saw 65 and 70-inch TVs for less than $500.
And right next to
4K.
And if you look. Right next to that 65 or 70-inch 4K TV for $500 is a whole bin of like $3 DVDs. And they're all pretty good movies.
Yeah, it's like, why is it? So there
are so many hours of entertainment in that $3 DVD bin, you could go for a long time versus one movie ticket.
So Hollywood and media and the government have been collaborating for a long time so they can control it. That's always what's important. Like, we can do and say whatever we want to, and it's very low production budgets relatively for what we're doing here, and they don't want that. So right now we're getting banned. People are okay with it, but it's going to come around to other people, and
Alex Jones was the first.
Yes, but no one realizes it until people knock on their door. Right? When someone knocks on your door, then you're like, oh, hold on a second.
But I can only hope that people knocking on Nicki Minaj's door, pun not intended, wakes her up a little bit, and then that siphons off to her fan base, because her fan base will listen to what she says. If she says don't take the vaccine, you can bet your bottom dollar they wouldn't do it.
So if you're talking about fan base, you have to talk about what's her real fan base. Her real fan base is not dudes like us. We don't buy music. We're older guys and whatever.
I don't really consume her music anyway.
I'm not going to a Nicki Minaj concert or anything like that. So
it's young
people,
12 to 22 years olds.
A lot of people who have dubious or very flowing gender identities and stuff like that. That's who her audience would be. So people who tend to be very liberal and go step in step with what's happening here, and that's where it's dangerous for her, because you know, if all of it's, and this is why politicians, you know, like the Biden White House would necessarily try to pay attention to that, right? Because she might influence those people and make them think in another direction. So that's why the smackdown. You know, so I think this is what you have to think about, who people's audiences are and all that kind of stuff, man, when you're looking at this. So, Kioski says, "Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you." Okay. And then Clover Tax says, "Since the Great Depression, Hollywood has been tied to federal government, big time." So
yes, they have.
Sports. I would agree
people
with that.
don't realize it, but
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's mostly people following Nicki Minaj are mostly young people, yes, women, and there's just not like people in a completely. My kids don't follow her all like that or anything like that. So I think that it's a very specific group of people that follow a lot of these kinds of entertainers, and that's why they try to cater to that specific audience. A couple of weeks ago, I remember there was a story about DaBaby, who's a rapper.
What a dumb fucking name. I can't stand that guy's name.
Your name is Babyface P. Your name is Babyface P.
It's worse. It's worse.
So don't complain. Copyright Hank Strange media. But DaBaby is actually a gun guy. Have you heard of DaBaby?
I know who he is. I just think
he's a gun guy. He's a rapper who actually defended himself and used a gun to defend himself and took someone out. And then the Second Amendment saved him. So
good for him.
But he made a comment about his gay fans, and then people were trying to.
They turned on him, didn't they?
Yeah. So
they turned on him real fast. That was like a month or two ago, and they turned on him really fast. And then he was forced to apologize. Or I think he was forced to apologize.
Back it up, because
stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Don't apologize.
But think about it. Who's the real audience? Who's really spending? Remember when we were talking about Lil Nas X? Like, remember the Lil Nas X grinding up on the devil and all that kind of craziness?
His VMA show was
yeah. Kioski says the Babyface P. Brick says the Babyface P also.
There you go.
Richard Mondo says the wanker. Laugh out loud. There's too many rappers named Baby, by the way. There's Baby, the Baby, Little Baby.
I didn't choose this name, Mr. Hank Strange. I would have maybe chosen something different. But now it's way too late to change that.
Skivvy Waver says Joe wants Nicki to come so he can sniff her.
Oh God, it's true though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
I don't know if Joe Biden is into
black chicks.
I don't know.
How old is Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj, I don't know, probably in her 30s or something like that.
Let's see.
I have no idea.
Nicki Minaj age.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is 38. She's about 30 years too old for Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of things there if you really dig into that. All of this gets complicated, but people find out, like, you have money, you become famous, you get a lot of money, you think you can say whatever you want to say, and then someone comes in there like, nope, smack you up. Yeah, you can't actually say what you want to say. Then you start realizing, oh, this is freedom shit. This is why people are getting all up about it. So. You want to talk about some gun stuff? Yeah, let's talk about some gun stuff. Yeah.
I got a gun today. I bought my first gun that I can think of in the last 6 or 8 months.
Everyone is saying that Nicki Minaj is too old.
Yeah, that's what I said. 30 years
I guarantee you, she probably smells good. She
couldn't stink that bad.
No, she probably smells really good.
She spends a lot of money on
I'm sure she's got some very expensive colognes and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I would agree with NOC that she's probably really nice in the real world and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, being from the Caribbean, being Guyanese as I am, I grew up like all my cousins and stuff like that. I had a lot of cousins that looked like Nicki Minaj. That's what I grew up around. So
let's talk
a little bit about that. Yeah. So right.
I bought a Glock today. Well, I picked it up today.
Yeah, pieces. Is this what? Do I have to show your Instagram, or what can we show here?
Let me send a picture.
Is this up on your? Is this on your Instagram?
Only the frame is on Instagram. The text I sent you, I think, had a full picture of what I put together today.
Let's see. The Babyface P.
Oh, I didn't send you a picture. Hold on.
I thought I saw something. I thought I saw something from.
Yeah, I thought I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
No, there's I'm
trying to load.
I'll put another in the chat. Hold on.
For some reason, nothing is freaking loading here.
There you go. There's a picture of it. Um, brand new lower on, and I ended up putting the Brownells slide on this new Gen 3 Glock 17.
Okay, is it
and
this
I like
one
it.
that's on your website? I mean, on your IG?
That's the frame that I bought today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just sent you a picture. I just texted you a picture. I think I did.
Okay.
Of the completed gun that I put together. I'm happy with it. I like it.
Yeah. Let me see.
It'll come through eventually to the text.
Yeah, it's going to eventually come through. I see Rod was trying to text me. Sorry, Rod. I totally missed that. Let's see. Please
so what did
talk
you
about
get?
Something else from Bricks. So you like you're into thermal stuff. You know, you're into the you're a night fighter, quote unquote. Is that what you're supposed to be nowadays?
I'm a night LARPer. Night
LARPer? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I do LARPing. I live action role play. I don't actually fight.
So I'll put this on the. Let me see if I can get this to focus here. So Midwest Industries own the night with Midwest Industries. The Night Fighter AR-15 handguard is out, which I think comes in a 9 1/4, 10 1/2, and 13 1/2 size. So the 9 1/2 is 220. It looks like 10 1/2 is 230, and the 13 1/2 is 245. So it's ultra rigid design made to minimize handguard flex, barrel nut and wrench included. Features patented treated 4140 steel torque plate, and it's got all this all these things in it. This sounds like it's right up your alley, man. This is the kind of thing that you be into with your night vision stuff, and it's either out or coming out, and I got it right
It
here.
is a competition, a direct competition for the Geisley. I'm guessing for Geisley and BC.
Yeah. So here, I'll just show it off to the people. I opened the box already. Patrick and myself are going to do something with this. I don't have the stuff that it's like, Patrick, like, do you want a boat or do you want your friend to own a boat? Do I want to buy all this night vision thermal stuff, or do I want you to buy it?
I already have it, so you need to get yourself a set for it. So you can go hunting coyotes at night, and we can both go together.
Oh yeah, eventually. I'm gonna let you spend all the money, and then I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna start out by taking some parts from you. See how that goes.
It was a very expensive. But
so check it out. This is how it comes. Let me open it up here. You don't get to You don't get to do the opening. I don't know if you. I don't think you care about that.
You get to defile it.
Yeah, you like to throw the plastic stuff away a lot. So there you go. I mean, that's what it looks like. So how is this different for?
In my mind, it is a direct competition for, say, the BCM or the Geisley. I don't know that it's specifically set up for night fighting. It's just it is marketed towards the crowd that be looking at either BCM or Geisley. And, it's a much better price. So the main thing is, it's my Geisley rail ran me. I paid $280 for it, but new I think they're sitting at like $350, which is crazy expensive.
But what I'm trying to understand is, why are these different from all, like, so if you're getting into the whole night vision thing, and I know probably Kevin is out there too. Why do you need a specific? Is it like a height on this that's different? Or?
I don't think that's it. I don't think it's something specific. I think basically what it is Geisley came out with something that was being used for the URGI, and then BCM also had one that was very similar. It had the same shape. It had the same amount of M-lock. I think this is just kind of going after that market thing. Hey, night vision guys, we got this thing too. You don't need to buy a Geisley or a BCM. We got one. So I think that's what it. I don't think there's anything special about it that makes it night vision.
Okay. Yeah, Razor JB says it's a great rail, and I don't know if he's talking about this.
Barrel nut is longer and thicker, as well as lockup doesn't twist or move, specifically for lasers. So longer and thicker. Your answer.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I love when my rail is longer and thicker.
Right.
I actually got a chuckle out of Marley for that.
Yeah, I saw her looking at you like, I've always wondered. Let's see. So the barrel nut is longer and thicker, as well as lockup. Doesn't twist or move at all, specifically for lasers. Okay, I get it.
There you go. So we will build it up, and we will put a PEC 15 on it. and we will play around and figure out. Because the Geysey rail that I have, the 14-inch or 13.5-inch. That's T, by the way. The 14 or 13-inch one is known to bend when you put a specific rail or put a specific laser on the end and then drop it. It has been known to bend and shift.
Yeah,
so,
and he says not your rail, your nut.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. The nut is longer and thicker.
Yeah.
He's got a very thick, long nut.
Yeah. Joe Morris says, speaking thermal optics, thoughts on the Sig Sauer Echo 3 1:6 reflex sight form factor. I'd have to look that up. I haven't seen the Sig.
Echo 3. Let me look it up. I don't have a whole lot of experience other than the thermal that I have. But I can tell you the stats on it if it's good. And I need to know what the price is as well.
Yeah, what is it? Sig Echo 3?
$3,300, which is not bad. What sort of 8 color patterns? It doesn't tell you the actual core that's in it. Because it kind of depends on the core and the resolution. That'll tell you how good it is. Uncooled. No, I would say no is the answer. If you're using it for hunting, it actually would be okay. It's an uncooled 320 by 240 12 nanometer core at 30 hertz, which means that it's only at 30 frames a second. It's not something you will walk around with. The thermal that I have is 60 frames a second.
That thing is over $4,000. I guess that's the
No, the other one. He's looking at that's the 2 to 12 or something. The other one's the 1 to 4.
Okay. That specific one. Okay.
If I were spending money on a thermal, I would try my best to get a 60 hertz. 12 nanometer is fine, and if you had the money to go up from a 320 up to like a 640, you would future-proof yourself a lot more.
Okay.
But again, that bump to a 640 and a 60 hertz is going to be another like $1,000 or $1,200, $1,500. So.
Yeah.
But again,
Joe says it's like $3K on Optics Planet.
I think I don't think 30K is something I would want. 30 hertz is what I would want. I would rather have 60. I like 60 FPS better. So
Okay, I'm looking at the one.
There's my answer.
Yeah, okay, I see that on Optics Planet. By the way, you go to Optics Planet or Primary Arms. Someone was mentioning Primary Arms. We have links for that. You can find them on hankstrange.com.
You came back to the camera really quickly.
What? Oh, you wanted to see this? Oh, here we go. Yeah,
oh, there it is. Yeah.
You're not eating at all.
Oh, show off the thing.
Yeah. Oh my lord. Okay, here I'll just go to me if you. Well, okay, you're.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till we're done.
Man, these optics are getting pretty cool. Jeez.
Why does Razor JB say things?
Yeah.
Trijicon Reap IR. That's like a, I don't know, $8,000 to $10,000 thermal. I would love to have a Reap IR, but I can't afford that.
Yeah. Shout out to Walter is out there. Shout out to Walter.
I wore his shirt yesterday.
Walter,
if you want to go look,
you wore a Safety Harbor shirt yesterday. So did I.
Yeah. If you look at Walter, go look at Smash Time's podcast last night. I wore a Safety Harbor shirt for it.
Oh, you know what? We must have all been thinking the same because Walter wore one when we did the show yesterday, and I wore one.
It just lined up.
And then you wore one. Yeah, someone's got to put pictures of that. They'll say these bastards are shills for Safety Harbor firearms. Yup. Guilty. Oh, by the way, listen. Condolences to Walter and the family. I know his brother-in-law passed recently. He told me that.
I didn't know that. Sorry to hear it.
I think that happened last night. So, I know he was saying that his sister's husband wasn't doing too well and he was in the hospital. And then I think late last night he told me that he passed. So sorry to hear that.
Hopefully he went peacefully. That's kind of the only thing you can ask.
Yeah. It wasn't COVID or anything like that. If anyone,
you better check that death certificate. It might say it on there, knowing how hospitals are. Michael Avon says my car didn't even cost as much as that optic. the one I have down next to me, that it was a $500 deal that I did some trading for. I didn't actually pay for it. The original price from 2007 when they first launched was $15,000. So. I couldn't imagine dropping $15,000 on a thermal back in 2000.
I'm waiting for prices to come down, man. If I'm walking around and seeing... okay, listen. 60 to 75 inch TVs back in 2000 and like 2007, 8ish.
They were 4 or 5 grand.
No, 60 grand.
Oh, you're talking 60 to 70 inch?
Yeah, remember 60 to 70 inch? Someone had to come and check your wall to make sure you could even
it was
put that on the fucking
unfathomable.
wall.
You like people didn't even think that was like, oh, I will never have that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's I mean, it's so crazy. And now you can buy that thing for $500-600. I'm waiting for those optics to come down.
Technology is No, I mean thermals. When I first started looking at thermals 3 years ago, a quality thermal would run you $8 grand. That same quality level that was $8 grand is now $3 grand. It is dropping very fast.
Yeah.
But again, buy more than you can afford. Future-proof yourself. Don't buy more than you can afford.
Don't go crazy and
No, but future-proof yourself a little bit. Know what you're looking at, because if you get something that you didn't truly want, you're gonna look at it and go, I wish I got this other thing. Because that's how I am. I do that crap. So
yeah. Walter said that was completely unexpected, the passing. I know that sucks, Walt. So especially for your sister. What does Rage? Oh, he says those flat screens weighed a ton.
My aunt and uncle still have one from like 2008. It was a plasma, and it still works pretty well. It still works fine. But that
one of the 60 or the 70s.
It's a 60-inch.
Oh.
And it must weigh 300 pounds. I'm not even kidding. It took like 4 people to get it up and on the thing that they have it on. It was stupid heavy.
We are going to get one of these days. It's going to be like poster thin, and you could just go bloop.
You just stick it to the wall. You plug it in and stick it to the wall.
Yeah. Or even kids nowadays, you'll just plug your phone. You'll have a chip in your head, and then somehow, I don't know. It's going to be crazy. So Clover Tax says, I hunt often with guys who have 20 to 25K in their thermal scopes, and they're awesome.
When you start getting into that price level, so 20 to 25K, that price level, you start getting diminishing returns. I mean, to me, the sweet spot is like 8 to 15. Anywhere in there, depending on your specs, depending on what you're looking for, that is like the true sweet spot for thermal. But no, if you look at videos of guys hunting coyotes, there's a really good video out there of a coyote hunt with a Reap IR, a Trijicon Reap IR, which again is only like 12 grand.
Okay, let me see what this is.
Only 12 grand. It's amazing. The resolution on them is so incredible. The old ones used to have such a shit resolution that you just saw a big hot spot out in the field. You didn't know if it was a pig or a cow or a dog.
What is it?
You have
Reap
no idea.
IR. Reap IR. Okay.
Trijicon Reap IR.
It's a mini thermal.
Yep, but when you start looking at the newer high-end ones that have very high resolutions, you can start seeing hairs and different parts of body. Like, you know exactly what you're looking at because you can see all the finalities of it. Oh, I have a cool video I can show off, actually, from last night or night before.
I'm trying to find it on okay. I'm not.
So here's my thermal. And again, mind you, this is no fancy, it's not that fancy.
Like somewhere, everyone's got crazy deals on that thing, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see.
So
what is this? What are we looking at?
This is my thermal. That's Buckshot's nose, and you can see. Hold on.
It looks like a bat hanging off a cliff in the desert. How's that
not
Buckshot's
showing it.
Nose?
You can see.
You swear these are like Rorschach tests. You swear everyone can see these clearly. Okay.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get it to. Ah, dang it! Those are my inserts.
You've got ninja throwing stars. What the hell are you doing with ninja?
No, those are they're sitting right here. Those are I had to buy some new inserts for the lake. So I got those. But no, what I'm trying to show off, and I should put it on Instagram, is you can see, I stood there and watched him. Every time he breathed out, you could see the warm spot on the blanket from where he's breathing, and then it would get cold again. And then it would get warm again. And so cool. It was super cool to see.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull this Reap IR, the image up, but I'm not having the internet's probably killing you. But no, when you start talking those high dollar thermals, I mean, here's some pictures that are out there.
Yeah, that's just it. But yeah, when you start talking high dollar thermal scopes like that, the clarity on them is really incredible, really really cool.
Yeah. So you know what? Before I forget,
Thank you. Inserts for the lake.
oh, Walter said it's insert. It looked like throwing stars.
No, they're carbide inserts. Mitsubishi carbide inserts.
Yeah.
Because I went and broke a whole bunch of them.
You know what? We should make ninja throwing stars. I think that'll be cool.
You say
yeah,
we.
by we I mean you and Walter.
Well, yeah, mostly Walter.
Let's come up with some Safety Harbor Firearms throwing stars. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Let's do some like limited edition SHF throwing stars. That would be so much fun.
CloverTech, it was saying that with the thermal, you have 3 different ranges. You have detection, identification, and engagement. This one here, so your mid tier, the ones you're paying like $2 or $3 grand for, typically you can detect out to 1,000 where you see a hotspot, and a lot of times your identification is only about 2, and then engagement is less than that. Mm-hmm. This one here, I think detection is like 2,000, engagement 2,804 is what I saw. I think identification is about 800, and then engagement was like 400. But again, I just use it to look at squirrels in the backyard because I think it's funny.
Right.
You can walk in the backyard and see, like, you put it up to your eye and it's like bright hotspot on the tree. Oh, there's a squirrel right there. It's really cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, what's this? Walter says keep your old carbide for scrap.
Yeah, supposedly they pay good money for scrap chipped carbide when you can like sell it to a junk like a metals trader, and carbide actually brings a hefty price.
Yeah, and Walter says plasma table equals throwing stars. Yeah, let's do some.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, you could do like batarangs.
Yeah.
On the plasma table.
Yeah, I think we could do some cool throwing stars and put that out there. So, do you guys want to see? You're talking about nature footage. I actually caught some nature footage, which I already shared with you. But I'm gonna. I think
it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think it actually got.
Yeah, I am gonna put this up there. Let me see. Where is it?
Take a bite of my sandwich while you do.
Yeah. So here, let me just tell this story to folks out there. So I was driving back from South Carolina in the van, and there was a bird strike on my van. I think it was an owl came out of the. I should just play the video. This owl came out of nowhere and crashed into the van, and I have a 360 camera system in my van, so it recorded what happened with this owl. And let's see if I could get this to. I'll get this to play for you guys here. I'll go full screen with it. So I'm just going to show you. So right here in the beginning of this, you're seeing the. This is the side of the van. So out of these woods here on the left, this bird just comes out of nowhere, and I could see it. It almost like paused in front of my screen, and it was an owl, and it was looking right at me. Yeah, and it crashed into the windshield and like flipped itself over. So coming up here in a second, you see right there, that's where it comes out from. So you'll see it. See right there, it just went by, and then that's the back of it getting hit, and I think it got up before that car. So let me see.
No,
if I
think at the very end you can see it fly off.
Yeah, so let me see if I could scrub back here for a second. Let's see here. I want to scrub back to that specific spot and show
LV
you
Louis
guys.
Cypher's asking, would you recommend night vision and thermal in Alaska? They both have while Hank is scrubbing back, they both have their own places. Night is good for detecting. Well, night is good for figuring out what you're looking at. Thermal is really good for detecting, and then when you're in something that has a really ambient temperature, so if everything, the reason it's so cool to look out at night is, one, it's dark, and two, everything is a cool temperature, so you see a hot spot from something like bright white, everything else is dark, and then you have a bright white hot spot. So Alaska, absolutely, it'd be awesome to have thermal in Alaska.
Yeah, so here we go. Now, right where this red circle is, that's where the bird comes out of those woods. So out of these woods here, it comes over, and see, that's it right there. See it? I think that's an owl. I mean, I looked that thing in the face, and what it did was it hit the, my van has got a high top, so it hit that with like a massive thud, and then this is it. See it back here on the right-hand portion of the screen? It's like flipping over midair. And I think it looks like it crashes on the road, but I don't think. yeah, I think it like gets up and flies away or something like that. I was, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
That thing came in front of me like this, and I'm looking at him, and it's looking at me. I'm like, whoa. It was really funny. So, yeah.
Kioski thinks you should ban assault vans.
Yeah. Yeah, just one bird. Save just one bird. It's worth it. Armament and Axis says they're called shurikens. Okay, he's a ninja nerd, obviously.
He's a pro ninja.
Yeah, he knows all about... he knows all about the ninja throwing stars. So there you go. When we make them, we'll package them as ninja throwing stars.
There you go.
Or SHFkins or something like that, maybe. Yeah, anyway, so that was crazy. I don't know what you guys... I actually have a screen. Has that ever happened to you?
We got hit by a deer once.
Mm-hmm.
Driving to North Carolina, we were on the last leg of the trip. We had just turned off from 441 to go up into the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And we're partway back driving up, and Mama Deer runs by, and I told Marley, hold on,
Mm-hmm.
don't go any further.
Yeah,
and
people want to see a close-up of the bird.
Baby deer did not know that we were parked right there waiting, so it ran directly into the side of her car. I felt really bad. But it ran directly, it brained itself on the side of her car, then got up and like shook it off and ran off into the woods. She still has a dent. She actually has a dent in her car from it.
Yeah, that happened to us right here in Gainesville, around where I live, but we had the I had the Isuzu V-Cross at the time, and it's all rubber cladding down there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that thing just bounced right off. I thought it thought we were challenging it or something. Yeah, so I did that close up for people. I really think that's an owl. Let's see, I'll throw it up here again.
It didn't look so to me that
it has a big head, right? That's a big a big head for a bird.
A hawk, typically a hawk would have a very narrow head. That's what makes me think it's an owl.
Yeah.
And it has very short tail feathers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of chubby.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think it's an owl. Owls are awesome.
I think so too. But man, I was like, oh man, I hope I didn't take that bird out. And I couldn't do anything about it. It just came out of those woods. It just started raining, and it came out of the woods out of nowhere.
There's nothing you can do in a situation like that, because even if you were to stop and pull over and go looking for it, which is a hazard on the road, by the way, that's a horrible hazard to stop on the side of an interstate.
Yeah. It would have been crazy. There's no way to go back.
It would have been gone. Even if that owl were injured, it would have been off in the woods, and you're never going to find it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Clint Sanders says, it looks like a hawk to me. Never seen an owl fly during the day. Oh, yeah.
They do. Owls are out during the day. Mm-hmm. They're not as prolific, but they're out.
Yeah. And Brick says owls are homicidal.
Yeah.
They
don't like
voting.
vans.
Yeah.
Owls don't like vans. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. They eat anything that they could pick up and put in their gullets.
Owls are badass.
Yeah.
And they're silent. I used to work with an owl. And that's not even a joke. I worked at Busch Gardens as an animal trainer. There's no joke
I used to work with an owl. It's on my resume.
We had a Eurasian Eagle Owl.
What is that? Eurasian Eagle? Hold on, let me look that up.
Eurasian Eagle Owl. They're part of the great horned owl family. Big, big, big owls. They're not like barred owls. They are. I mean, that owl was probably that tall. Big, big owl. But they're silent flyers. They're really cool. They will, if you ever get the chance to watch one snatch prey from the ground, they're absolutely silent. They will drop down.
Those things are serious. Those are the serious looking owls.
Yeah, she had those horns on the top. They're part of they're great horned owls. And when they want to look angry, they put those horns up.
Yeah.
Good bird though. It was a rescue that we had for the show.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
She was a cool bird.
Yeah. Brick says he's seen owls out during the day. So have we. There's a lot of owls in Florida. Kioski says, what is this? Guess we won't ever find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Jokes. Was that owl named Rich?
Yeah, 42 Chilled. Any of the raptors, he said they have nasty talons. Gloves don't matter. Any of the raptors, Yeah, the gloves, leather welding gloves, they will pierce straight through leather welding gloves, no problem.
So the crazy thing about this is, before I left to go on that trip, Lola and I were looking at a documentary about owls because we have a lot of them that live on this property, a lot.
We can hear can hear them at night around here.
Yeah, we hear them. You know, they land on the roof, do all kinds of stuff, and man, those things will kill something, and they eat other birds.
Oh, they're
they eat rabbits.
Predator birds are no joke.
Yeah, owls are badass. I wouldn't sleep on an owl at all.
No, owls will. Any of those any of the raptor type birds will mess you up bad. Oh, bad.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and that thing hit the van so loud. And when later on I got out and I was checking the van, I was like, there's no damage, but that thing hit so loud. I was surprised there weren't feathers, like stuck.
You're going 70 something, I imagine.
Yeah, I was doing at least that.
Imagine
I was doing the legal speed limit, Patrick.
At 70, so yeah.
Yeah. And survive. And then in midair, if you go back and look at that, like, he got hit and, like, flipped over, tumbled.
And then...
Yeah, so, yeah.
I'd give it a 50-50.
Yeah, I hope he's still out there,
But there's nothing you can do. There was absolutely nothing you could do.
Yeah, that was just crazy. And I'm glad... Huh?
42 Chilled says eagles are way worse. If you've never seen an eagle up close, they are massive birds. A bald eagle is... you can't until you see it in person. They are massive birds.
Yes.
They're awesome.
I've seen them.
Awesome.
Like eagles, hawks, and stuff like that. Man, they eat big creatures around here. Big creatures.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Yeah. So this is from. By the way, the 360 system.
It's cool. It's really neat.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that thing.
Yeah, that was neat.
Richard Monder says, I got tawny owls in the garden. Taking the rats here.
That's the best thing about owls is they don't screw with you. They're not messy animals, and they take out all sorts of vermin.
Yeah.
They are raptors in general, awesome birds. I love having hawks and owls around.
By the way, Richard Monder, we know about owls, man. We've seen Harry Potter. That owl was trying to deliver me
letters over there.
He was trying to deliver me my invitation to freaking Hogwarts.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Somebody's not going to Hogwarts this year because he killed their owl.
Oh man, that's I don't even think that's not funny. That's not funny. It is funny actually. God. Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's fine or whatever, but there's some creatures I don't like. I don't like what do you call it? What are those damn it.
What do they look like? What do they do?
Not a fox, but we've got those frickin'
coyotes
around here. Hate those bastards.
They stink and they dig and they eat.
Yeah, and skunks. We got skunks over here too that are ridiculous.
It smells like burning tires when they spray. And one skunk can spray, and a quarter mile away, the wind will blow it still right into your face. I don't understand how that stuff lingers in the air. But it goes forever.
It's special. It's sticky.
Oh,
sticks in the air. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, Born to Be a Shooter. Josh says I had a peregrine falcon that tried to attack him. I actually knew a guy back when I was working at Busch Gardens who was a falconer, and to become a licensed falconer, an interesting tidbit, you don't go to a falcon place and buy a falcon and raise it. The last stage of getting your falconry license, you have to actually go out and hunt a falcon, take it from the nest, and rear it yourself. So you have to follow a falcon, find out when it's going to hatch. When it hatches, go climb and take it, and then raise it, and it becomes your first falcon.
That's like what you have to do to have your own dragon.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same kind of thing. Yeah, you got to go tame it.
Yeah, you got to go hunt down a dragon.
Yep.
You got to steal the dragon from a mama dragon.
Yep.
And then you got to raise that dragon as your own.
Hopefully you don't get burned. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like an episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
No, that is cool. Yeah, that is cool. I've always thought falcons are cool, especially when you see them in movies and other things. They do a lot of hunting and. Do you remember? Have you ever watched the Mummy movies?
Yeah.
So. I think it was the one with the pyramid or something like that. There was one of the Mummy movies where they went into the jungle, and the guy had a falcon, and it was taking the messages back, and then this guy like sniped the falcon out of the air. Did you see that part?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
no.
I was like, oh, this dude is losing his head right there over that one. It's in that movie. It's in that movie somewhere. They go into this jungle, and there's these little pygmy skeleton things attacking them. Which
I don't know that.
I think
one.
that was the second. I think it was the second one.
I don't remember it then. Bricks
or maybe third.
thing.
Maybe third. Yeah. What's up?
Bricks brings up an interesting thing that a lot of people don't know. The sound that you hear that eagles make, that screaming eagle sound, is fake for anybody that's not aware. That's actually the sound that a red-tailed hawk makes.
So what are they? Why are they doing that?
Because eagles sound like a bunch of pussies. If you listen to an eagle, they like chitter and make pussy sounds. They're like they're terrible sounding. They're not fierce sounding at all. Red-tailed hawks, on the other hand, screech and are fierce sounding. So they use that for eagle sounds. Yeah, so there you go.
So that's not a real eagle sound that we hear.
Nope.
And all that.
Eagles make seriously, anybody that wants to go look up the sound an eagle makes. It's not terrifying at all. It's very cute.
And while we're talking about sounds, I learned this from I think it was an episode of Top Gear. When foxes do the nasty, they make horrible sounds.
Really?
It's
I didn't know that one.
Sounding. Yeah.
Never heard that.
The noise of foxes making whoopee is one of the most horrible sounds in the world, apparently.
I've never heard that. I didn't know that.
Let's see. What noises foxes make when mating?
Oh, God, are you going to play it for
No, I don't think we can play.
Oh, God.
So here's a question. Like someone says, here's a question. Why do red foxes often scream while mating? Both genders can scream. Although vixens use this call to lure male foxes to them for mating, the vixen screams to let the male know she is ready to mate. A short and explosive scream is usually an aggressive male warning to its rivals to stay away from its mate. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm not like when it comes to that kind of business, I don't like a lot of noise. Yeah, I don't know. Like everyone has their preferences, but I don't like not. I like to do my business like a ninja, silently. Yeah. So I don't like the idea of getting too loud while making whoopee. You know, that's how you die. Because don't you? If you're a hunter, wouldn't you wait until the foxes are doing it? Like, oh, now we know where their asses are.
Now I know where it's at. The fox is over there.
Yeah. So that's anyway.
Jay Drew missed a hell of a show. Jay Drew says he's late.
I learned that from Walter says behind the shops there's hawks and eagles. That's because they have a lot of those telephone towers over there, Walt. And DLD After Dark says, "Oh, dude, I hear the foxes out here. Sounds like an intoxicated 65-year-old man yelling with a scratchy smoker's voice."
We don't have foxes here. We have them, obviously, but I never see them, so I never get to... We have coyotes, though, like crazy. Out behind the lake, you can hear coyotes yipping.
Yeah. You gonna read Rod Mills' thing?
Hold on. Rod Mills, what did he say? I heard a strange sound in my bed last night, but I later found out I farted.
Oh, boy.
Lynn Holt, so the next time a woman screams at you, it's time to get busy.
Yeah. And then what is this? LV Louis Cypher says, animals that make noise during whoopee are because the male anatomy has barbs and they impale the female.
Yes. Yes. It's
Yeah. That's called
bald eagles too. Lynn Holt says bald eagles mate for life. They do. Bald eagles mate for life. Robins mate for life. I'm sorry, cardinals mate for life. Great herrings mate for life. There's a couple of them. There's a lot of birds that are actually. A lot of those birds are into monogamy. If you didn't know that.
And Rob McNeely, I think is that TUSC Rob McNeely? I don't know if it is or it isn't.
Yeah,
is it
probably who it is.
Is it TUSC Rob McNeely? I don't know. He says
Maybe.
They sound like a woman screaming. Yeah, I never knew that until I.
I had no idea until tonight.
Yeah, well, I found out from Top Gear. Thanks to Jeremy Clarkson for that one.
And foxes out here before suppressed 158 degrees.
Yeah, DLD said, "Dang, I wish I had Barb's freaking Wolverine dongle."
I know.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine.
It's called "Ribbed for Her Pleasure."
Yeah,
you can get that.
They
Trojan
make things for that.
Yeah, Trojan makes one of those. Yeah, I wonder if that is. I don't know if that's TUSC Rob McNeely. I wonder if all the forking is done over at TUSC, but I don't know if that's him or not. That could be
different.
Yeah, he says
type
it's
of forking.
no. He says it's a different McNeely.
Okay.
So there you go. Ripped for her punishment from LV Lewis.
I know. God.
Can you imagine if, like, on the flip side of that, women had like barbs in their? You know, there's a movie, there's a movie about a woman. I don't know if this is a real phenomenon that happens, but there's this movie about a girl that has teeth in the vajayjay.
What? No,
Yeah.
that's a I think that's a Japanese horror. Is where it originally comes from. I believe that's a Japanese like horror theme.
Right.
There's a whole theme about that in Japan.
Yeah.
What are you looking up over there?
Yeah. Can you imagine that? That's
Somebody's
scary.
ruining my internet.
That's scary to think. Oh, that's why Marley. Shame on you.
Look at her. She knows.
Shame on you, Marley. Marley. She's pulling up
on the internet.
Yeah, she's pulling up foxes screaming.
Marley's
gonna say later, "You scream like a fox, babyface."
Oh God, no! That's my nightmare tonight. I'm gonna wake up screaming, "No more foxes!"
Oh my God. Okay, listen. It's 9:00. My head is
yeah.
still pounding, but at least I'm laughing a little bit.
We can call it.
Yeah. Oh. LV says dentala, vaginal or labial teeth. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, I hope that's not a real thing. I hope that's just a horror movie.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope that's just a horror movie thing. That would be so bad. All right, so listen, here's what I'm going to do. Thanks to all you guys for hanging out with us. Babyface is going to tell you all where you can find his what videos. You put up some videos this week?
Just one. It went up on Monday, and I think it was about building a Glock 9. Oh, it was just about talking about the different Glock 19 slides I have. Come Monday, we may build one, and then come... Well, I have a bunch of stuff to work on. You know, I got to come over tomorrow. We got a bunch of things to work on. So
Yeah,
we'll see what goes on.
there's several things. I don't know what we're going to actually get to, but we do need to...
we need to shoot a suppressor that's sitting over there. That would be good.
Yes, we got to put this rail on something. You're bringing your setup, so we'll put this. We have so many things to do.
YouTube.com/babyfaceP, baby_faceP on Instagram. Instagram is where I post most of my daily content. YouTube is about once a week.
All right, there you go. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Patrick. It's you helped.
That was a good Friday night. It woke me right up.
Yeah, Michael Avon says things I learned on this show. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, you never know what you're going to come away with.
Yeah, we hope to burn as many brain cells as humanly possible.
Oh, God. Hank's Strange Podcast, where we burn more brain cells than crack.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to run in the end. We're going to come back, and Babyface, or maybe Marley can give us some words of wisdom.
Hey, Marley.
I don't know.
Come here.
Maybe Marley has some words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. You got to give the audience words of wisdom.
We'll get Marley's words of wisdom. I'm going to roll in the end while Marley's thinking about that. We'll come right back to it. All right, so listen, thanks to everyone for hanging out with us. Make sure you smash those thumbs ups and ring the bell. We're going to rip the audio out of this and throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to get your audio podcast from. We really appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Walther Arms for sponsoring us. Armament and Axes just gave us some money here.
Money.
He says,
Money.
you never know where this goes here, so that's from him. We're getting lots of things. Okay, Marley's words
She's
of
running.
wisdom.
She's running away.
Where'd she go?
I'll give you one. She's
Oh,
running
so
away.
Really?
I'll give you
Wow.
one. If your pecker looks like a medieval flail, you may be in trouble.
Keep it in your pants.
Keep it in your pants.
All right, thanks, Patrick. All right, guys, we'll see you. We're out of here. We'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.